Beyond the Comfort Zone. Today I have guest Ken Patel of EV Hotel Group and EV Brands. Welcome, Ken.
Welcome. Thank you for having me.
Well, I'm excited to have you on the show today. Just first off, if you can just introduce a little bit about what EV Hotel Group is and why you've created a little bit of background for my viewers.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, where do I start is the question is, hospitality has been so stagnant with technology, innovations. I mean, you name it, it's just been stagnant and standstill. And I felt the need to change it, just as in Tesla changed the auto industry. And we have to lead with innovations. And what I wanted to do is to create, whether it was experiences, whether it's how do we control labor with automation, how do we create value? The number one thing about hospitality is the value isn't matching up, to what the consumers are providing and what the employees are providing to the industry. And I felt like with the EV Hotel, it's a global brand now. We're doing tremendously well. It's about crypto. It's about NFTs. It's about esports. It's about automation. And we've put all these components together to create the ultimate experience for owners, for guests, for employees. And we haven't seen that in hospitality for many, many years. We're all about NFTs. We created our own NFT, our own coin. Crypto coin is coming out in a few weeks. And I just got a call the other day saying that Marriott now created their own NFT. So we're happy to see that the major brands are following what we're doing. Because it doesn't take one person to change an industry. Everybody has to come together so they can come to the same mindset to change the industry.
What was your vision, or where did the motivation to change the industry come from?
2017, when the unemployment rate was at 5.2% and the industry couldn't find employees. And that's when I was in New York City still, and I moved to Georgia in 2018, and I was writing up a journal. And I saw two different pieces, even the latter part before I moved to Georgia. One was on blockchain technology. One was on automation. 3 years later, that article sits in my bedroom, and that article just sits there like no one has done anything about it, except me now. So it's 3 years ago that we had a chance to do something about it, and we didn't do anything about it. And I kept writing my journal, and I knew what it was going to happen. People are like, you're a phenomenal mind. They call me Elon Musk of hospitality, all of this, right? But I'm like, I'm not the only person that saw those articles. So no one reacted on it. I reacted on it. And that's what I felt this industry is very much about, is that we're slow reactors. Mm-hmm. And hopefully the mindset of what I'm doing changes the philosophies of people and gets them to learn and get it into a habit now that we need to be innovators.
Do you see yourself as an innovator or a disruptor?
An innovator. I wouldn't say a disruptor. People want to call me that all the time, is that I'm creating a massive disruption. I'm like, the disruption has already happened. I mean, the reason we're down 1.7 million jobs in hospitality, 20% of the workforce on the number of jobs that are down, it's the disruption has already happened. There is no disruption. I said we have to now be innovators. We have to create innovation to bring back these employees. We have to create innovation to scale the automation that we need in the industry. The tech industries have done it for a long time. The medical industries have done it for a long time. Even the airline businesses have done it for a long time. Why not hospitality?
Can you tell my listeners a little bit about some of the automation you are bringing to these hotels? It's pretty unique what you've put together.
Yeah, absolutely. So, our brain doesn't have a front desk. We have an experience desk. That experience desk is just not about checking in, checking out people. It's about everything, right? People check in, check out, whatever they want through their app or a kiosk. And every employee is called an experienced employee because they will be able to help each and every guest and even each other with all the items. No longer is there a title attached to them. The automation is the IoT devices. There's about 15 IoT devices in each room that scales from a smart mirror to a smart toilet, smart shower. You know, with your app, you can open and close your curtains, turn your TV on, call the front desk, or even chat with the front desk, connect with the smart robot that if you want a candy bar from the vending machine, the robot gets it for you, brings it to your room, and calls you on your smart speaker, and the room tells you it's outside. I mean, things of this is all part of operations, and that's the centric guest experience. Now, the operational deficiencies is a live energy management tool. Like we have water leak detectors, we have flood detectors. Now, this is where the hotel will be able to see things in a live format rather than somebody going based on a complaint. So and that's a smaller scale of the automation. There's a lot more to that the hotel will be able to utilize now as well.
So a much more proactive approach at
Yeah,
servicing.
it's very much to be proactive. It's not, the industry has just, it's almost wait and see, right? It's like, oh yes, my toilet is broken, my shower is not working, and yeah, we'll get an engineer up there for you in about 5 minutes. Engineer doesn't come for 15, 20 minutes, time for checkout. Now there's a complaint, unsatisfied guest. They're not coming back to the hotel because they had this issue. Let's resolve it all. Let's make sure all this information is in a live time frame. We're in 2021. We shouldn't have to go to the front desk, fill out a document. We shouldn't have the need to get a key after a 6-hour flight, waiting for 2 other people to be checked in. All of these things are unneeded. They're just unneeded. We need processes. We need less tasks so we keep more employees.
What is the biggest challenge you're facing right now as you're innovating and opening up these automated hotels?
People don't want to change. They don't want to change. They like the way things are. You know, that's why this is what I called an old industry. But so is auto. The auto industry was old. I mean, you had Ford, you had GM, you had all these companies said Tesla wouldn't be somebody. Tesla's $1 trillion company, $1 trillion market cap. There's only a few other companies that can say that, but there's no auto company that says that, you know, and Tesla was the first. It's because there is a majority of people that don't want change, but I can tell you in a matter of 3.5 months, we have 10 locations. So there's a lot more people that do want change. And you're going to have that percentage that's not going to outweigh the percentage that don't want to change. But, you know, it will come. It will definitely come. The travelers are speaking out very loudly, and you can see it. I mean, you know, the work I do on LinkedIn and Evie does. I mean, we have 7,000 followers on our company page. That's more than some hotel companies that have 100 hotels. So, you know, I think people are speaking very loudly, and, you know, Airbnb's a component of disruption, I would probably say, okay? Because they were able to change the industry that did not involve human interaction. I'm not saying we don't have human interaction, but I think that word gets used too much, that if you are staying at an Airbnb, where is that human interaction? There isn't. Do we have human interaction? Absolutely we do. But we've scaled the other items more. Like there's no front desk, right? So now our employees can focus more on the guests. You know, when we give these employees like 20 tasks in a day, how do you want them to focus on service and guests? They can't. We have to limit these tasks. And I feel that once people can get an idea, it's not about profit here. The money that Evie will make annually for each hotel is mind-blowing, right? With the crypto sales, with the NFT sales, with the room revenue, with the food and beverage. I've scaled all these items to a different level where for 100 years, the only thing we focused on as owners and investors was that hotels will only make money off room revenue. No longer is that the case. And
Mhm.
also creating the third segment. I've created a third segment that has never been seen in this industry, and that is a technology traveler.
Wow, lots of change.
Yes.
And in order to change, you got to get outside your comfort zone. So, looking at a little bit of your background, Ken, who's someone who influenced you and pushed you outside your comfort zone to where you're bringing such changes to the world?
I think it's a magnitude of people. It's a magnitude of things that I've actually seen. But I would say the number one person has been, well, I should probably say two people, right? Is Elon Musk and Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs just took an idea that he had in his mind, right? Scaled that idea to 10 different ideas, right?
Mhm.
What Elon Musk did was there was already an idea. Electric vehicles was not invented by Tesla or Elon Musk. Electric vehicles were already there. And what he did was scaled it even more. He made it something to where people want it, whether it was design, whether it was technology. And that's what we're doing. It's not that automation wasn't around. It wasn't that computers weren't around. It wasn't that PMS weren't around. And what we're doing is we're taking these different components and we're scaling it to put it all into one to make everyone's life easier. It should be an easy operation. It shouldn't be a complex operation.
Making it easy to be your guest.
Yes.
If you could go back, you've done and accomplished so much at this point in your career, and give your
Yeah.
18-year-old self one piece of advice, what would it be?
I would tell you that what I've learned a lot of lessons in life, even going back when I was 15 years old, when my parents didn't have money and I was probably the only high schooler to be working 12 hours each weekend, each weekend day, I should say. So 24 hours every weekend of my junior and senior year. And I've said it's always a challenge, right? Life is a challenge. Every week you wake up, every day you wake up, it's a challenge. And now, how do you overcome that challenge? Don't listen to what people have to say. That's where your challenge no longer is a dream and it turns into a failure. So always believe in what you truly do believe in. Because I've always said this has been going on now for a year, 13 months. I've had so many people tell me that this is not going to work. It's not. What are you thinking? You seem like you have a mental health illness. And, you know, and I'm like, yeah, maybe I do, but what I believe in is what I think I'm right with. And it you always have to strive to the way and just think about what you want. Don't think about what other people want. Think about what you want. And that's the mindset I always tell people. This is about you. This is not about other people. And if you think that you're doing this for other people, then it's not going to work. You have to learn that you need to do it for yourself. You have to build that energy. You have to build that motivation. And if you're an entrepreneur and to your audience, if you believe in something, make sure you make it into an obsession because that is how you will conquer it.
Believe in something, make it an obsession. I like that.
Yeah.
Now, you've gone out. I mean, this past year and a half has been an incredible journey for you. What is one thing that's come about that you didn't expect to happen in the process?
I didn't expect to have 10 locations in a matter of 3 months. That's one thing I definitely didn't expect. I think our track line, I think it's moving so fast and it kind of teaches me that how much people want change, how much they want change, and how much they're not liking what they're paying for hotels right now. And And I didn't think that was, I knew that was an issue. I didn't think how big of an issue it was. And that also teaches you that, look, all reports, all data, everything out there, what you hear isn't the whole truth, because you didn't hear it from the people directly. And that is what is being taught to me right now, is the people are speaking. And it's not based on research reports. It's not based on surveys. It's not based on them going on TV and being a media personality. This is the real people out there that are speaking, that whether they spend $100 or $1,000 at a room, they want change. They feel like they're not getting what it's worth. You know, when you hear people complaining about cleanliness and all of these other things, it's not that they're complaining about that. They're complaining is the value isn't there. Why am I paying $300 for a room for a bed? That's it, you know? And I think that's what they're complaining, because they're pretty much stating that this room was $100 last year and now it's 300.
Mm-hmm.
So you didn't add anything. There's nothing you added. So what is going on? And I think that makes our product even superior.
So it's all about the value that's provided to
Really, I mean, it's a value proposition, you know, and that's what I always consider. It's like, if you go get a fresh banana or you get the banana from Whole Foods, you get two different prices there, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you know that that Whole Foods banana was bought from somewhere else. So you understand that value, right? Here, right now in hospitality, they don't know where the value is. They're like, if I'm staying at a Hampton or a Courtyard or one of these other hotels, and two different states are charging two different prices, but they have the same items in both of those states, why is the value different?
Sure.
I know why the value is different. It's called revenue management, but they don't know that, you know?
As a consumer, we don't.
Yeah. And we have to teach them. We have to give them things that they can understand why the value is different.
Now, talking to someone who is as heavy into automation as you are, what is one productivity hack you couldn't live without in life?
I would probably say, are we talking technology?
Yeah, some sort of technology productivity hack.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely tell you Office 365 Planner. That's been my go-to for the last 8 years. You know, I mean, that's where I do everything. That's my task list. That's my communications. That's my documents. And if people haven't used it, definitely get on it. Office 365. I mean, it's called a planner. It'll be the best thing you've ever used.
Awesome. That is not what I would have expected you to say either, which is what makes that great.
Yeah. I throw people off with that one.
What is one question you wish I asked that I have not?
I would say that what is the main reason that I would even want to do this? I mean, what is the main reason? And that main reason is to revolutionize this industry. It's not about money. It's not about anything else except for our younger generation. You know, the kids that are in school learning hospitality, the kids that just got out of school getting into hospitality. We're not leading them into success right now. We're leading them into failure. They have nothing to look forward to from what they see right now in the industry. They don't know outside, they go into being a front desk manager or front desk agent. They don't know, they're like, why am I going to want to be a GM right now? The GM's actually working at the front desk. So I was actually working at the front desk. So if I'm a GM, I'm still working at the front desk. So why would I want to even do more? You know, so right now we're not leading that generation into nothing. And we need to revolutionize this industry. We need to revolutionize it with innovations. And the only way we can do that is we have to change our philosophy. And for us to change our philosophy, we will find more talent. We will find better people. We'll find good people. We'll find people that want to stay at their companies, people that want to work. And it's not really going to be a concern about the pay. The pay should come, right? If people are staying at their companies and at their jobs, they get rewarded for that. But when we have a turnover the way we did, normal industries in America, according to the United States Labor Department, it's an 11% turnover rate. The hospitality industry has a 42% turnover rate, quadruple that. And they wonder, and they wonder why we have issues with labor. It's not COVID that's the reason this labor problem happened. It's a portion of it. But there was a problem coming. There was a hurricane, a tornado, a snowstorm, whatever you want to call it. So I think it's way more than what we even give credit to, you know. So.
And what kind of culture do you have for your team members at EV Hotel Group?
Well, I would tell you in the last 16 months, we feel like we have the best culture in the world when it comes to hospitality. We have not had a team member quit, leave, or get fired. Okay, not one single person. Why? We have a hybrid solution. Employees have flexibility. They can work when they want to feel like working. They provide all their tasks. They provide everything they need to do through the planner. I'll repeat that planner again. Through that planner, we find the best talent throughout the country because we don't focus on one area to look for talent. So we find the best talent. And we give them the edge. I always call it that. We give them the edge. That means they have a voice. And because of that voice, they're part of everything we do. And they don't get that. You know, a lot of companies don't provide that, especially in hospitality. The issue is what I call it's a power struggle. And it's always about a power struggle. Like, I'm in charge. I'm going to tell you this. You got to get this done. You need to get this done. And it's micromanaging. You know, I think we have absolutely zero micromanaging. We don't follow up on anybody. We give them the power. We give them that flexibility that you work as you need to work and you get it done when you need to get it done. But there are deadlines. That's your deadline, meet your deadline, and that's it.
You empower your people to do the work when they can, as long as it's done by the time it's needed.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Awesome.
So, you know, that's kind of where we are with that.
Now, what is something that you would like to try in business or in life that's outside your comfort zone that you haven't yet?
I would probably say jump off an airplane, skydiving.
It's a lot of fun, so you should definitely do it.
Yeah. I mean, definitely try that. I'm a big sports fan, so I've always said that there will be a day that obviously I'm getting a lot more athletes into our hotel brand. You know, we already have our chief impact officer, Jeff Driscoll, and then we're having other athletes involved as well. So I want to tour every single stadium on professional sports in the country. So eventually I'll do that someday. Don't know when, but someday.
That's going to take a lot of time, but definitely will be a lot of fun. Now, I'm sure you have my listeners very interested at this point in this automated hotel. It sounds amazing to me, and I've seen the drawings and the sketches. Where can they go to find more information?
Yeah, you can definitely go right to our website, www.evaihotels.com. You can also email our admins at evinfo@evhotelgroup.com. And then you can find us on LinkedIn. I mean, we're on LinkedIn, we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook. You just have to find EV Hotel and you'll find us there. And then I'm on LinkedIn as well. I think I might be the first Ken Patel that pops up when you put it in.
I think you are. Well, Ken, it has been great having you as a guest today. I really appreciate your time. What you're doing is so innovative, and it really is fabulous. And I look forward to staying in one of your hotels in the very near future. So,
Cheers, and thank you. Thank you for
awesome.
having me.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.